Good afternoon, all of you. I am Mrs. Darade from Ashok Vidyalaya and Junior College. Students, today we are going to discuss or appreciate the poem from section 2, 2.3, The Inchcape Rock by Robert Southey. First of all, we will see the information or some information about author. Robert Southey. He was born in Bristol, England. He was the son of draper, educated at Westminster School at and Balliol College, Oxford. He was a poet laureate of England from 1813 to 1843. Some of his short poems like The Scholar, The Battle of Laments, Bishop Hatton, The Inchcape Rock, etc. are very popular with the school children. The Inchcape Rock is a banner. It's the story of the 14th century attempt by the Abbot of Aberbrothok to install a warning bell on Inchcape, a notorious sandstone reef about 18 miles, that is 18 kilometers of the east coast of Angus, Scotland near Jumdi and Fate, occupied by the Bell Rock lighthouse. Southey was inspired by the legendary story of a parrot who removed the bell on the Inchcape Rock placed by the Abbot of Aberbrothok. The poem gives us a message that those who do wrong things will meet with due punishment. The poem is about some treacherous rock near the coast of Scotland, and Abbot had kindly placed a bell to warn sailors. Ralph, a weak pirate, removed the bell out of jealousy, but paid the price for his jealousy. Students, before going to stanza wise, I would like to give some important themes or clues about the poem so that you can understand the poem stanza wise very clearly. In this poem, from this poem, we can also take the moral lesson that I am going to tell you. Students, we should learn poetry for building reading confidence, empowering students to tackle the challenges in their life. Comparative poetry appeals to the emotions, thus we should appreciate the poem. Now, here, the entire poem is related with the Inchcape Rock, the Bell Rock lighthouse visible for miles. The rock is called Bell Rock because of 14th century attempt by the Abbot of Aberbrothok to install a warning bell in it. The bell lasted only 1 year before it was stolen by a Dutch pirate. This story is immortalized in the Inchcape Rock. This is a ballad song, narrative poem that tells a story. What is the central idea of the poem then? We can say that we do bad things will be ultimately punished by nature, by God. The entire story revolves around the Inchcape Rock. In this poem, poet has given warning that we should not do bad things, cruel things. We should honest yourself. We can say, as you sow, so shall you reap. In Marathi we can say, जसे पेराल तसे उगवेल, असं मराठीमध्ये म्हण आहे. म्हणजे आपण जसं पेरलंय तसंच आपल्याला त्याचे प्रायश्चित मिळणार आहे, तर त्याचं फळ मिळणार आहे. As Robert Southey is a romantic poet, so he has shown that how nature plays very important role in this poem. At the beginning of this poem, we will see afterwards in stanza wise. At the beginning, if you're watching in first 3 to 4 stanzas, he has shown the nature was very good. But after that, in the second part of this poem, turned very bad. Nature becomes totally violent. The first nature was very calm, quiet, but suddenly it has turned violent. In first part, it was very beautiful. Water was calm, quiet, but suddenly it turns violent. So, as I told you, the message is given in this poem, as you sow, so shall you reap. Means that don't do the bad things, wrong things, cruel things, devil things in your life. Because supernatural elements he has shown in this poem, we can say that Jaisi Karni, Vaisi Bharni, etc. We should not hurt anybody in our life. The message given in this poem we should use in our day-to-day life also. Kindness is very important, students. Without kindness, we cannot survive. We should help each other. God created all of us. We all are God's children. So we should help each other. And ultimately and definitely, God will help us. Students, all of you must have seen the Hindi movie Jai Ho. In that movie also, the same message is given that if each and every person helps each other, ultimately God will help us. All of us must try to preserve humanity on this earth. And we should, I say, you must always down to earth. Now, students, we will go stanza-wise appreciation of the poem. Again, in short, I will tell you about the Inchcape Rock. Inchcape Rock is the poem by Robert South. The Inchcape Rock is a perilous reef, a rock lying beneath the surface of the water of the east coast of Angus, Scotland, near the mouth of the river Tay. The rock could just protrude for a few inches above the surface of the sea in a low tide and be completely covered by the sea in a high tide or when the sea was rough. Many ships had been wrecked by this Inchcape Rock when they mistakenly struck it when it was covered by the sea. In the 14th century, an abbot from Aberbrothok in nearby Angus tied a bell to the Inchcape Rock to warn the passing ship of the danger due to the notorious rock. Robert Southey's literary ballad, The Inchcape Rock, written between 1796 to 1802, is based on this legendary Inchcape. No stir in the air, no stir in the sea. The ship was still as she could be. Her sail from heaven received no motion. Her knee was steady in the ocean. In the first stanza, the poet said the natural setting, as I told you earlier also, the nature was very calm, very restful, very relaxed, and sky near the seacoast. There is a ship docked near the coast, still and motionless, means everything was very calm, very smooth, with its erected. There is nothing in the setting to alarm any soul or any sign of the storm to come. Means atmosphere was very calm. नेचर आपलं शांत होतं. काही स्टॉर्म वगैरे काही वादळ येईल असं काही नव्हतं. एकदम शांत चालू होतं. In next stanza, without either sign or a sound of their shock, the waves flowed over the Inchcape Rock. So little they rose, so little they fell. They did not move the Inchcape Rock. Means the waves are also very motionless. They are very slow, very calm. The second stanza tells that the drowsy sea waves, they ebb and flow without much energy or sound. Means they are very calm. The water Inchcape Rock so lightly they do not even ring the bell installed on it, as if the entire ambience is lulled into a slumber. Means everything was very calm. Nature is very relaxed. The Abbot of Aberbrothok had placed that bell on the Inchcape Rock on a board. In the storm, it floated and sung, and over the waves, its warning rung. The poet talks about the history of the bell that was installed by the Abbot of Aberbrothok, sensitive to and fully aware of the risk that ships had while traversing the rocky coast. His intention was to warn them about a possible collision. Means that bell rings when there was dangerous things is going to happen. What the ship is going to attack on that rock. The bell was connected to floating buoy chained to the rock. As the waves crashed against the board, the bell sounded loud warnings for the seamen to avoid any possible accident or a tragedy. When the rope was hiked by the surgeon's well, the mariners heard the warning bell, and then they knew the perilous rock and they blessed the Abbot of Aberbrothok. The poet highlights the fact that the Inchcape Rock was not visible from the sea, especially during high waves. The mariners were made aware of its presence only through the sound of the bell. The grateful seamen thanked and expressed their good wishes to the abbot for his kindness and compassion. Means what I told you, that we should be always kindful, helpful to each other. And that is the activity done by the Abbot of Aberbrothok. The sun in the heaven was shining gay. All things were joyful on that day. The sea birds screamed as they wheeled round, and there was joy in their sound. The poet goes on to further detail the picture of the day. It was sunny and bright and filled with vigor and delight. The birds danced and playful took flight, while there remained certain buoyancy in the shape of the shipment. The bow of the Inchcape bell was seen, the darker speck on the ocean green. Sir Ras, the rover, walked his step and fixed his eye on the darker speck. In this stanza, the reader gets the first glimpse of the poet, Sir Ralph, who is the captain of the anchored ship. As the day was clear and the waters green, the boy was easily distinguishable as stinkingly black. He was standing at the deck, watchfully, staring at the boat and a dark spot within the massive blue green canvas of the ocean. He felt the cheering power of spring. It made him vicious. It made him sing. His heart was mirthful to excess, but the rover's mirth was wickedness. He is a villain in this poem. The poet now talks about his feelings and emotions. The beautiful day added more cheer and zest to his spirit, and expressed it through officials and songs. This hit the sinister thought that was lurking behind that happy second. His eyes was on the Inchcape floor. Quoth he, my men, put out the boat and row me to the Inchcape Rock, and I will plague the Abbot of Aberbrothok. Means his wickedness is going to do in this stanza. The devilish thought lurking inside the dark mind of the captain stirred some evil thought. He wanted to destroy the bell and wreak havoc on the unsuspecting ship. He ordered his men to lower a boat and hopped on it to get close to the boy and the bell mounted on top of it. He wanted to obliterate the good work and name of the abbot. Means he wanted to destroy that bell. He don't want that anybody helped by that bell or get warned by that bell's ring. This wickedness is in his mind. The boat is lowered, the boatmen row, and the Inchcape Rock they go. Sir Ralph bent over from the boat and he cut the bell from the Inchcape Rock. The shipmen and the captain rowed the boat to the and the Inchcape Rock, harboring it in one sweep of disdain and brutality. They uproot the bell from its root. Now the poet paints a picture of an uprooted bell being engulfed by the ravenous sea and it sinks to its depth. Down sang the bell with a gurgling sound, means that bell make the sound like gurgling. The bubbles rose while that bell goes down, burst around. Quoth Sir Ralph, the next who comes to the rock won't bless the Abbot of Aberbrothok. Means the bell is cut from that rock. Now nobody will give bless or any good things to the Abbot of Aberbrothok because bell has cut down by this Ralph captain. As if to make a mournful cry, some bubbles spring around the bell, but soon fizzle away as the bell drowns into the dark emptiness of the sea. The devilish captain is proud of his actions and hopes that no one will ever offer thanks to or shower the abbot with the praise of his bell and generosity. Sir Ralph, the rover, sailed away. He scored the seas of for many a day, and now grown rich with plundered store, he steers his course for a Scotland shore. Now he went for his journey. He earned a lot of money by snatching people, and now he is going to return. Proud of his despicable deed, means what he did, he cut the bell from the rock. The captain set the sails on a new journey across many seas or many days, where he has cancelled, collected, and pirated enough treasure and he keeps back to the Scottish shore. So thick or haze overspreads the sky, we cannot see the sun on land. Now atmosphere is totally changed. Now it become very stormy, very vigor. The wind had blown again all day. At evening it had died away. The day of his return turns out to be dark and grey. The sub does not shower its warmth, and the whole environment is enveloped in a ominous and lazy blanket of fog. It has become very dark. Even the blustering winds of the day have ceased and start as well. On the deck, the rower takes his stand. So dark it is, they see no land. Quoth Sir Ralph, it will be lighter soon, for there is the dawn of the rising moon. The rower captain is stationed at the deck of the ship. The fog has made it impossible to sight the land from a distance. The crew of the sea is anxious and panic-stricken, but the rower assures them that there would be light once the moon arrives with the gentler and clearer night. Cast here, said one, the breakers roar, for methinks we should be near the shore. Now, where we are, I cannot say, but I wish we could hear the Inchcape. Now, the someone is saying that we are not getting anything about the atmosphere, what is there, but where we are, we can get when the bell will ring. But how can the bell ring? Because it was cut down by the captain only. One of the seamen cries out his anxiety as he could not make the position of the coastland as well as the ship. As the waves recede into a mute conspiracy, he laments the fact there is no Inchcape bell to help ease their fears and warn them of the nearing rocky coast because bell was cut down already. They hear no sound, the swell is strong, or the wind had fallen, they drift along till the vessel strikes with a shivering shock. Oh, Christ, it is the Inchcape Rock. Yes. Meanwhile, the sea got more turbulent and feisty. There are no alarm bells ringing, and the wind also drops to standstill. The boat is now in the grip of the waves as it drifts with them. And suddenly there is a loud collision that they all feared. The ship third into the Inchcape Rock. It was doomed finished. Since a devious beginning, the bells of justice. Sir Ralph the rower tore his hair. He cursed himself in his despair. The waves rush in on every side. The ship is sinking beneath the tide. The rower fell into a pit of his own making means आपण दुसऱ्यासाठी जर खड्डा खोदला तर आपण त्याच्यामध्ये पडतो त्यामुळे जेवढं आपण दुसऱ्यांचं चांगलं करू शकू we should be always helpful to each other as I told you at the starting only we should be kindful to each other. The Inchcape Rock had turned into Tom's. He was aghast at his own horrible mistake. What mistake he had done? That he had cut down the Inchcape Rock, which gives the warning to the shipment. But he fell in his own way. And as the water rushed in from all corners, he knew he had reached his breaking point. He bemoaned his own sinister. What he had done the same त्याने काय पाप केलं होतं तर काय केलं होतं त्याने वेल कट करून टाकली होती कोणी ॲबॉटला ब्लेसिंग द्यायला नको कोणी त्याला थँक्स म्हणायला नको म्हणून आणि शेवटी त्याने कट केल्यामुळे त्याचाच उपयोग त्याला झालेला नाही आणि तो आता गोइंग टू डाय thought as his ship neared its inundated end. But even in his dying fear, one dreadful sound could the rover hear. A sound as if with the Inchcape bell. The David below was ringing his ear. As the breath his last, he finally heard a bell rang in the distance. He was seized horror. The sound was of the abbot bell at the bell of the sea. The devil at the bottom had the ball in his hand and was ringing the frequently. It was the final sound of the rover's fateful demise. It was ghastly music of revenge, a song of poetic justice. Something related to this poem, the Inchcape Rock, you can say, reap what you sow, tit for tat, just as the say. What would he now do of the money which he earned? He looted because he will not be allowed to use the money he accumulated by wrong means. Doing wrong in life will never help in leading a happy life. One might witness a momentary happiness, but at the end of the day, he will not be satisfied because no one can find happiness by snatching away the happiness of others. Thank you.